Welcome you all, children of grade 8, for our today's English class. So, children, as you are going to face your first periodic test, so this session is going to be a revision session for your periodic test 1. So, let's see the portions and the date and timing for the English periodic test. Then we will discuss the portions one by one. First, let's see the exam date and the timing. Children, you are going to write your English periodic test on 19th of this month, and by the time 5:30 to 7 p.m. And you are going to write the periodic test for 30 marks. So be clear, children. Your English periodic test is on 19th and the timing is 5:30 to 7 for the total marks 30. So this is about English periodic test timing and the date and the total marks. Children, here is your portions for your periodic test 1 for English. Look at here, children. You have unit 1 completely, and in unit 2 you have only prose. So in prose area you are going to have prose 1 and 2. That is the best Christmas present in the world. The prose 2 is the tsunami. Moving on to the poem area, poem 1, the ant and the cricket. Children, that's all from the textbook Honeydew. Moving on to the supplementary reader, it so happened. You're going to have the first supplementary. The title of the story is How the Camel Got His Hump. The next part is the grammar part. In grammar area, you're going to have 2 chapters. The first chapter is the articles, and the second chapter is nouns. And the last part is our composition area. There you're going to have exercise number 4, diary entry. So that's all from the portions for the periodic test 1 for English children. So you're going to have prose 1 and 2, then poem 1, supplementary 1, in grammar 2 chapters, chapter 1 and 2, in composition exercise number 4, diary entry. Children, in the first revision video we have discussed and we have learned the textual Honeydew chapters, prose and poem, and from the supplementary area it so happened first supplementary we have discussed. Now in this session we are going to see the 2 grammar chapters. First one is article and second one is nouns. Then after that we are going to discuss the composition part, diary entry. Let's get into the session. Children, already we have completed in the first revision part. We have discussed the prose textbook Honeydew and the workbook It So Happened chapters and its summary with quizzes. In this session we are going to see the grammar chapters, chapter 1 articles and chapter 2 nouns. And finally we are going to see the composition, diary entry. So listen here, children. First, let's see the definition for the article. What is an article? An article has the same basic function as an adjective in that it is used to describe a noun. So simply we can say article is used to describe a noun. There are two different types of articles are there in English language. One is the and another one is a or an. So 2 types of articles, the and a or an. The is used to describe a specific noun, whereas a and an, a or an, is used to describe a more general noun. For this reason, the is used The is also referred as a definite article. So the is referred as a mentioned as a definite article. We are calling it as a definite article. A or an is referred to as an indefinite article. So the is definite article. A and an is the indefinite article. First, let's see the definition for the article the. The definite article the is used before both the singular and plural nouns when the noun is specific. So, the article the is used to describe and used before the singular and plural nouns when the noun is specific. So, two conditions are there. We can use before singular or and plural nouns, and the noun must be specific. See here the example given. Look at the first example, children. The cat is black and white. We are mentioning the cat, particular cat. Specifically, we are telling that cat is black and white. Cat. So, the cat is black and white. Look at the next example. I would love to meet the author. I would love to meet the author of my favorite book. So we are just mentioning the particular author and of my favorite book. So here we are also mentioning the particular author and the book. Look at the next example. Have you seen the lions? The lions. So particularly we are telling that lions that are living at the zoo. So particularly we are mentioning about the lions that are living in the zoo. So we have to use the definite article the. So definite article is used before the singular or plural nouns. So here singular noun is author and cat, you can see. Plural noun lions. Okay, so it can be used both singular and plural nouns, but the noun must be specific. So that is the only condition for the definite article the. Look at the usage and the rules here. Definite article usage. The name of geographical places or specific nouns and therefore may require definite article. Do use the before the following specific nouns. So name of the rivers, as I told you in the Teachment live session also discussed, and I have taught clearly in the video, and also I have asked so many questions in the Teachment session. So likewise now in the revision also I am telling you the same thing. So these are the rules and the places where we need to use the definite article the, children. So first criteria, first place where we need to use before the names of the rivers, oceans and seas. So look at the river name, the Mississippi River, the Navesink River, the Atlantic Ocean, the Dead Sea. So the names of the river, oceans and seas, rivers, oceans and seas, we need to use the definite article the, because we are mentioning the particular name of the river, particular name of the ocean, particular name of the seas. That is specific name. Okay. So next one, geographical areas. For mentioning the particular name of the geographic areas, for example, see the examples given here. The Mediterranean, the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, the southern pole, the northern pole. Okay, to specify the particular, specifically telling the particular geography areas, we need to use the definite article the. Then names of the deserts, names of the forests, names of the gulfs and names of the peninsulas. For example, the Gobi Desert, the Amazon forest. So desert, the Gobi Desert, forest, the Amazon forest, Gulf, the Gulf of Mexico, the Jawa Peninsula. So specifically we are mentioning the name of the deserts, forests, gulfs and peninsulas. Next, name of the group of lakes group of lakes, mountain ranges and chain of islands. For example, see here, Great Lakes, the Andes, the Rocky Mountains, the Canary Islands, the Virgin Islands, the Bahamas. So you can use the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Maldives. So these are all chain of islands, mountain ranges, Himalaya mountain, the Himalaya, the Everest. So for group of lakes, mountain ranges and chain of islands, we need to use the definite article the, children. See here, however, no article is necessary before the following specific nouns. See here, singular names of countries or territories like Canada. We should not use the Canada or yeah Canada or an Canada. No. Here, for such singular names of countries, we should not use any article. So no article must be used before the singular noun of countries and territories. So example, Canada, Spain, Mexico, Puerto Rico. So these are the small countries and territories. So we need to no need to use any article. Next, name of cities, towns, states. For example, New York. We should not say the New York. No, it is New York. West Long Branch, New Jersey. So these are the cities, towns and states. In such cases, we should not use any article. So name of countries and territories, name of cities, towns and or states. So these are the places we should not use the article. So in this picture we have discussed what is meant by article. We came to know that two types of articles are there. One is definite article the and indefinite article a or an. First we have discussed the definite article and its explanation with example. Then saw the definite article usage and where we need not to use any article. So these are the things we have discussed in this image. Let's see and move on to so let's continue the same, children, where we need not use the articles. So look at the image here. No article is necessary before the following specific nouns. So see here, name of streets, 35th Street, Park Place, Broadway. So for these street names we need not use any articles. Then names of lakes and bays. For example, Winnipesaukee, Lake George and Barnegat Bay. So for the name of the lakes we need not use articles. Then for names of mountains, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount St. Helens. For the name of mountains we need not use articles. For name of continent, Africa, Australia, North America. For continents we need not use any article. For islands, Fiji, Easter, Hawaii. For these islands we need not use any articles. For the name of languages, Spanish, English, Russian, Tamil. For these languages, name of languages we need not use any articles. Then name of sports, badminton, bowling, miniature golf. For these name of sports we need not use any articles. The name of academic subjects like English, Tamil, physics. Here it was given as psychology, criminal justice, anthropology. For these academic subjects we need not use the articles. We need not use any articles, children. So let's move on to the indefinite article a or an. So a and an are indefinite articles that identify nouns. So a and an or the indefinite article that identify nouns. However, the nouns are not specific. So in definite article we need to use only for the specific nouns. Here for non-specific nouns we need to use the indefinite article a and an. This means that a and an can refer any member of a group. So for common nouns we have to use the indefinite article a and and children. So look at the example. Jemmy was hoping to apply to an internship next semester. Jemmy was hoping to apply to an internship next semester. So see here, the usage of indefinite article "and" in this sentence implies that Jemmy was hoping to apply to any internship, not a particular internship, for any. So it is not name, particular name is not mentioned here. We are not specifically telling the name. So generally we are talking about the internship. So next semester, not a specific internship. So that is the reason we are using the article "and" here, and also we have used the vowel letter. The noun was started with the vowel letter and the vowel sound. So we have used the article "and." Jemmy, look at the next sentence. Jemmy was hoping to apply the internship at the law firm next semester. So here we have mentioned what's internship. So this, the use of definite article "the" in this sentence implies that Jemmy was hoping to apply to an specific internship next semester, not just any internship, but the one at the law firm. So we have mentioned the specific name of the internship, so we are using the definite article. So once, if the noun specifically telling some name of the noun, so we need to use the definite article. If it is generally spoken, there we need to use the indefinite article "a" and "an." Look at the another example. My sister need to buy a new car since she total hers. So see here, the usage of the indefinite article "a" in this sentence implies that my sister needs to buy any car. She can find, not a specific one. So she need any car, any one of a car. So car, the name of the car is not mentioned here. So we have used the indefinite article "a." Okay, so see the next example for the definite article, usage of definite article. My sister needs to buy the car she saw in the paper since she totaled hers. So here we have mentioned that the paper which the car she saw in the paper. So we are particularly specifically telling about that car. So we have used the definite article "the." So the usage of the definite article "the" in this sentence implies that my sister needs to buy the specific car, not any car, but the one she saw in the paper. So that is what I told. So this is the difference between the definite and indefinite article, children. So that's all from this image. Let's move on to the next one. Children, let's continue the usage for the indefinite article "a" and "an." So see here, note, "a" and "an" depend on the sounds that follow it. So how the sounds of the noun which we are pronouncing. So depend upon the sound of the noun, we are using the indefinite article "a" and "an." If the sound preceding the article is a vowel sound, we need to use "an." So for the vowel sounds, we need to use "an." If the sound preceding the article is a consonant sound, we need to use the article "a." So look at the example here. An orange, an entry, a dog, a meal. So depend upon the sound of the article, sound of the noun, we need to use the articles, indefinite article "a" and "an", children. So next, note, sometimes a vowel sound is being of a word may sound like a consonant. So even sometimes a vowel letter may change into a consonant sound. So which are the cases and where we need to use? So look at the example here. Yeah, user, you. So here we are not using the vowel sound. It's a yo sound, user. University. Yeah, uniform. So here we are using, even though the noun starts with the vowel letter, but it gives a consonant sound. So in such a case, we need to use the indefinite article "yeah." So be clear in this, children. With these words, the vowel U takes the sound of U. U takes the sound of U, requiring the indefinite article ye. However, the other beginning with the same letter may not have the consonant sound and therefore require the indefinite article an. For example, so where we need to use, so here also some words are started with the letter U, but the sound will be in a vowel sound. See here, an umbrella, umbrella, an umbrella, and usher, assure, an usher, an umbrella. So we are using the vowel sound, even though if it starts with a vowel and it gives a vowel sound, not a consonant. Article, indefinite article, and children. Then look at the next one. Sometimes a consonant at the beginning of a word may be silent. See here. See the example given here, an honor. Even the word starts with a letter H. It's a consonant letter and a consonant sound should be produced. But here it is not that so. It is absolutely wrong. We should pronounce it as honor. Honor. So the sound is differing. So the beginning of the sound is a vowel sound and the letter is completely silent here. So an honor, an R. With these words, the consonant H is silent. So in these words, the H is silent, requiring the indefinite article an. However, the other beginning with the same may not be silent. So see here, a hero. H is pronounced here. There H is silent. Here we are pronouncing H clearly. A horror, horror. So we are using the consonant sound. So we are using the indefinite article yeah. So be clear in this, children. Finally, at last, when the noun is modified by an adjective, a or an is used according to the word closest to it. So see here, an important meeting, a school play. So along with the adjective in front of the noun, along with the adjective, if it is there, definitely according to the adjective the article may change. So see here, an important meeting. Meeting is the noun but important is the adjective. So we are using, for adjective we are giving the article an, and for the school we are giving the article so likewise, even for adjective or for nouns, the article can be used. So these are the usage of the indefinite article a and an, children. So that's all from the article session. So now in this session, in this part, we have discussed the articles and its explanation, definitions with the examples, children, and the usages. Now we are going to see about the nouns and its types. That is the second chapter in our grammar part. So let's move on and see to it. Children, now we are going to see the next second chapter of grammar part, that is noun. What are these pictures, children? Look at the picture and see. The first one is child, second one is house, another one is rose. So they are nouns. These are all nouns. What are all you are seeing in the picture? These are all nouns. They are nouns, child, house and rose. We are naming the images. Child, house, rose. These are the name of the image. So that is known as noun, children. Definition for noun. Definition of noun. A noun is a naming word. It can be the name of a person, place or thing. So what is mean by noun, children? Noun is a naming word. It can be the name of a person, place or thing. Example of noun is women, pencil, pen, hotel, Taj Mahal. So these are the name of the people, place or thing, and thing, children. So this is known as noun. So noun is a naming word. It can be the name of a person, place or thing. Next we are going to see the types of nouns. So see here, there are so many types. In two types of nouns is missing. one is countable and uncountable noun. So the first one is proper noun, second one is common noun, third one is collective noun, fourth one is abstract noun, fifth one is material noun, sixth one is countable noun, seventh one is uncountable nouns. So let's see one by one now. By proper noun. A proper noun is a specific name of a particular person, place or thing. So a proper noun is a specific name of a particular person, place or thing. For example, look at the example here. For name of a person, Ravi, Sheila, Akbar, these are the name of the person. Then for name of place, Delhi, London, Agra, etc. These are the name of places. Then television, table, book, these are the name of things. So these are all known as proper noun, children. So very important thing, the proper nouns always starts with the capital letter. So proper nouns always starts with the capital letter, children. The next type of noun, it is common noun. Look at the common noun. What is meant by common noun? A common noun is a general ordinary name of a person, place or thing. Example, girl, boy, sister, brother. These are the common name for persons. Then common name for places, hospital, country, town, state, city, etc. These are the common name for places. Then common name for things, water, butter, oil, book, car, etc. These are the common name for things. So the common name is the general or ordinary name of a person, place or things, children. Exercise. See the exercise here. Underline the common noun. Ram lives in the village. Which is the common noun here? Find out. Which is the common noun? Yes. Very good. Village is the common noun. Ram, what is meant by Ram? Which noun it is? It is proper noun because it is a name of a person. So proper noun. Village is a common noun. The next type of noun that is collective noun. A collective noun is the name of a group or collection of similar persons. So a collective noun is the name of a group or collection of similar persons. For example, committee, fleet, a team of cricketers, a group of dancers, a herd of cattle, a flock of birds, a school of fish. So these are all the collective nouns, children. Exercise here. Find out the collective noun from the following. I saw a bunch of flowers. So which is the collective noun here? Yes, very good. Bunch of flowers is the collective noun here. So like that, collective noun is the name of a group or collection of similar persons. Let's move on to the next type of noun. The next type of noun, that is abstract noun. What is meant by abstract noun? An abstract noun is the name of a quality that persons or things have, action they take and state they find themselves in. So abstract noun is furtherly divided into quality, action and state. So see here example for quality. So see here, quality means darkness, kindness, brightness, bravery. These are all example for quality. Okay. So next, underline the abstract noun from the following. So look at the example here. She was a queen of beauty. She was a queen of beauty. Which is the abstract noun here? Beauty. Beauty is the abstract noun. Then we respect honesty. Which is the abstract noun here? Honesty. Beauty is the abstract noun. Then here honesty is the abstract noun. So we are going to see material noun. What is meant by material noun? Material noun is the name of a substance of which things are made. So from the second part, from where we are getting, that is known as material noun. So look at the example here. The material noun is the name of a substance of which things are made. Iron, where we are getting from the ground. So we are getting from earth. Under the soil we are getting iron. So it is a material noun. Gold, we are getting from the earth. So it is a material noun. Brass, we are getting from the earth. Marble, we are getting from the mountains and rocks. So it is a material noun. Copper, we are getting from the soil, it is a material noun. Steel, we are getting from the soil, it is a material noun. Cotton, we are getting from the cotton plant, so it is a material noun. Silver, we are getting from the earth, so it is a material noun. So look at the exercise here. Find out the material noun from the following sentence. Plastic is of much use. So which is the material noun here? Very good, it is a plastic. So next one, cotton dress is cheap. Which is the material noun? Cotton. Then iron is very useful metal. Which is the material noun? Iron. So that's all from the material noun, children. Let's move on to the countable noun. Look at here, children. Countable nouns. Countable noun is a noun that you can count them in number, and we can change into singular to plural form. So that is the important thing, children. Countable noun is a noun that you can count them in number. It can have shape or no shape. So we can have it can have shape or shapeless. It can be even. You can count it in numbers, that are all known as countable noun, and it should be changed into plural form. So see here, first one, shape. For shape, we have dog, chair, table, students, door. So the plural forms also there: dogs, chairs, tables, students, doors, etc. Then for no shape, see the examples here: day, days, month, months, year, years, journey, journeys. So whatever the countable noun, which are the nouns are countable, that can be changed into plural form also. So that is known as countable nouns, children. So next move on to the uncountable nouns. So look at the uncountable nouns here, children. Uncountable nouns is a noun that you cannot count them in number directly. So it can be a very small thing or a very big thing, but it cannot be changed. But there in countable nouns, we can change into plural form, but uncountable noun we cannot change into plural form. So that is the important thing, children. So uncountable noun are nouns that we cannot count in numbers, and we cannot change into the plural forms also. So look at the here examples given here. Things, for things, milk. We cannot change into milks. It is wrong. So there is no plural form for milk. Sugar, there is no plural form. Salt, no plural form. Furnitures, yes, it has plural form, but here uncountable nouns cannot be in common. They are telling, so it is not a countable noun. It is an uncountable noun. Then emotions like anger, happiness, knowledge. Language, English, Urdu, Hindi. Subjects like maths, physics, Tamil, English. So these are the nouns that we cannot count. So that are all uncountable nouns, children. So uncountable noun is a noun that you cannot count in number directly. It can be very small or very big. So activities like swimming, eating, others. Other nouns like news, money, mail, work, education, weather, research, traffic, breakfast, permission. So these nouns are all uncountable nouns, children. So these are the types of nouns and its examples, children. So we have discussed about 7 nouns here. So first one is proper noun, common noun, collective noun, abstract noun, material noun, countable noun, and uncountable nouns. So that's all from the chapter 2 about the nouns, children. Let's move on to the composition part, diary entry. So children, now we are going to see the composition part, diary entry. So already we have written in our composition note the same diary entry we are going to revise now. So the question is, you are secretary of a welfare organization of your school. Under your leadership, the organization will be able to collect a substantial amount for the old age home. Help me. Express your sense of pride and happiness in the form of diary entry. So this is what the question, children. Answer and the format of diary entry, children. So diary entry must be written inside the box. So draw a box first. Then first thing you need to mention day, date, year. Day, date, year. Okay, so this is the way you need to write. First we need to mention the day, date, year. Then time when you are writing the diary. So the timing is very important. Date, month, year is very, very important. Then leave one line. Then dear diary. So dear diary, comma, you have to explain the question and the content, body of the diary entry here, children. So after dear diary, you have to start the content. Here the question is, you are visiting the welfare organization and you are collecting the money and you are going to hand over to the poor people, needy people. So here look at the content. I am proud to be a part of the welfare organization of my school, as I always wanted to help the old people through various activities. We collected a sum of 50,000. This fund will take care of their health care, entertainment and adult education. I feel content and happy like never before. So this is what the content. So precisely you have to write the content, explain the needed things, use the mention the needed things and explain it inside the body of the diary. After that you need to use the symbols. So leave one line. Next you need to write the symbols. Instead of your writing your name, you are not supposed to write your name. You have to use the symbols, children. So this is the way you need to write the diary entry, children. So draw the box first. Inside the box, first you need to start with the day, date, year, then time of the diary entry, then leave one line, then dear diary. Next you have to write the content elaborately inside the body of the diary entry. Then at last you have to conclude with the symbols, not the name. So you have to use the symbols and you have to give the signature there. So this is what the format of diary entry, children. So write neatly, practice the same in a same format on your own, and prepare well for the examination, children. So this is the way you need to write the diary entry, children. So do and write the format as it is. Don't change the format. So the format of diary entry is very important. Date, date, month is very, so year is very important. Date is very important. Dear diary is very important. So all the format things in between, all minute things are all important. So content should be related to the question. Don't write unwanted things inside the content. So what is the question, you have to see to it and you have to detailedly elaborate the content in the body of the diary. At last you need to give your signature in a symbol. So this is what your diary entry, children. So write neatly and follow the same format. So children, in this revision 2 session, we have discussed the grammar chapter 1 articles and the next grammar chapter 2 nouns and the composition area diary entry. Follow and go through the video completely, watch it, understand the things, prepare for your periodic test 1, do the exams well, write neatly, draw lines, write your name, class and section on the top, mention it as periodic test 1, write neatly by drawing lines using scale pencil, underline the headings, leave lines and write neatly in your exam paper. Follow the given instruction, children, and all the very best for your periodic test 1.